From being one of the richest men in the world to also being one of the most controversial, Elon Musk has made a name for himself by pushing boundaries and shaking up industries. But his latest project might just be his most ambitious one yet, a whole town. And here's everything you need to know about it. So get this, Musk is about to become the ultimate Texas cowboy. Apparently, he's been chatting with the locals and telling them all about his dream for a Texas utopia where his employees can both live and work. That sounds like a pretty sweet deal, don't you think?
Yeah, I think it's important to have a future that is inspiring and appealing. I mean, I just think that there have to be reasons that you get up in the morning and you want to live. Like, why do you want to live? What's the point? What inspires you? What do you love about the future?
The folks over at the Boring Company are apparently looking to set up shop in Bastrop County, just 35 miles from Austin. They're even considering creating their own town there so that Mr. Musk can lie down some ground rules and make things move more quickly. How's that for cutting through the red tape? But it's not all business for the man himself. Elon and his top dogs reportedly want to make sure that their employees in the Austin area can afford to live in the lap of luxury. They're talking about building new homes with rents that are below market value. Looks like they're not just aiming for the stars, they're also shooting for some serious employee satisfaction. And that's not all. Looks like this new town is going to be a stone's throw away from the Boring and SpaceX facilities that are currently in the works. The place already has a few modular homes, a pool, an outdoor sports area, and a gym. Based on Facebook photos and what insiders have said, it seems like they're going for a pretty chill vibe. Oh, and here's the kicker, they're calling it Snailbrook, Texas. Apparently, it's a nod to Boring Company's mascot. When Elon first launched his tunneling venture, he challenged his employees to build machines that move faster than a snail, and now they've built themselves a whole town to commemorate it. Talk about snail mail to Snailbrook. And while Musk is a big dreamer, the folks over at Boring are dreaming even bigger. The company's president, Steve Davis, who's a big shot in Musk's circle, has reportedly talked about creating an entire city. Yep, you heard that right. According to insiders and some text messages that were seen by the Wall Street Journal, Davis has big plans for Snailbrook and beyond. Apparently, during a company meeting last year, he even mentioned the possibility of holding an election for mayor. Looks like these guys are really taking this whole Texas utopia thing seriously. And to add to the excitement, Boring's employees could apply for a house with rents starting at around $800 per month for a 2 or 3 bedroom house, as per a job ad seen by the Journal and insiders in the know. But here's the catch. If they were to leave or were fired, they'd have to clear out within 30 days. Seems like an unwritten rule. Now, compared to Bastrop's median rent of $2,200 per month, that's a great deal, and the executives have even considered extending the offer to all of Mr. Musk's employees. It'd be interesting to see if that happens. The county has even approved some pretty cool street names, like Boring Boulevard, Waterjet Way, and Cutterhead Crossing. Boring has even said they want to turn one of the existing homes on the property into a Montessori school for up to 15 students. While it's not clear when the development will be completed, officials in Bastrop County say they're excited to work with Mr. Musk's companies, who they say are respectful and easy to work with. In fact, the country's Director of Tourism and Economic Development thinks the small size of the area attracted them. While that's pretty exciting, turns out that Mr. Musk has been dreaming of building a town for quite some time now. A few years ago, he even helped his brother Kimball refine an idea for an off-the-grid community, but it's unclear if that project ever got off the ground. And when the Journal reached out to Kimball for more information, he didn't seem to know what they were talking about.
My vision of a town would be very little roads, other than emergency access for fire trucks and ambulance, things like that, trash. But and then a car could come use those same sort of emergency alleys to come pick you up. But then the rest of it would be parks, greenways, growing, fruits and vegetables growing throughout the town.
Musk has got some big names in his corner for planning this new town. According to insiders, his former girlfriend, the singer Grimes, and Kanye West, along with West's architect, have been chatting about what this Musk town might look like. From what I've heard, the discussions involve some pretty wild ideas and even some mock-ups of what the town could look like. However, as of yet, nothing concrete has been decided. As for the logistics logistics, under Texas law, you need at least 201 residents in a town before you can apply for incorporation and get the green light from a county judge. A spokesperson for Bastrop County said that they haven't received an application from Mr. Musk or any of his companies yet, so we'll just have to wait and see how this all pans out. Speaking of Bastrop County, folks in the area are a little suspicious about what's going on.
I want this to be a positive thing. I'm not anti-Musk, I'm not anti-growth, I'm not anti-tunneling. But I'm anti-breaking the law, and I'm anti-corporations who think they can tell our officials that the rules don't apply to them.
Chap Ambrose, who lives nearby and has a view of the facilities from his hilltop home, thinks that they're trying to keep things hush-hush. According to him, they want to do things before anyone really knows what's happening. Ambrose has been trying to gather information about Boring's research and testing of its tunneling machines, and how that might impact the groundwater and wells in the area. He's even sent drones over to the site to see if he can spot any other structures being built and what the factories might be producing. Some of the footage he's captured shows tunnels being constructed between the Boring and SpaceX sites, running underneath a public road.
My real frustration has come from trying to work directly with the leadership team of the Boring Company. There's a culture of secrecy, and it seems they're actively trying to obscure the truth, not just from neighbors, but also our county officials.
Despite all this sleuthing, Mr. Musk and Davis have been tight-lipped about their plans. They didn't respond to requests for comment, and neither did Mr. Musk's lawyer or top advisor. Looks like they're keeping their cards close to their chest for now, but their buying habits are ruining that plan. In the last 3 years, companies or executives related to Mr. Musk have bought over 3,500 acres of land in the Austin area, which is 4 times the size of New York's Central Park. According to land records and county deeds, the Wall Street Journal also reviewed internal company communications. It covered state licensing records and obtained city and county emails through public records requests, and also spoke with landowners, city officials, and county officials. Some local land and real estate officials say that people close to Mr. Musk have told them that he owns even more land in the area, possibly up to 6,000 acres. When Mr. Musk left his longtime home in California more than 2 years ago, he expressed frustration with the state's rules and regulations, where Tesla and Boring were previously headquartered before moving to Texas. He stated that California is the land of over-regulation, over-litigation, over-taxation in December 2021.
California used to be the land of opportunity, and now it's becoming more so the land of sort of over-regulation, over-litigation, over-taxation.
Poop on the sidewalk.
And scorn.
And while that may be one of the reasons, Texas is pretty easy on the pockets. It's worth noting that Texas also has a lower cost of living and a generally business-friendly climate, which may be attractive to Mr. Musk and his companies. There are also rumors that some of the Texas land purchases are connected to plans for a private residential compound for Mr. Musk, which could be located separately from the planned town. Many of the purchases have been made through limited liability companies tied to Mr. Musk's businesses or their officers. Sellers have been required to sign non-disclosure agreements, and local economic development officials were asked to sign such agreements. When they were told about Boring's plans, all in all, the plan seems to be pretty solid. That's all you'll need to know about the Texas utopia.